Greetings, and welcome to you. I am Shoshana, and this is going to be your medicine card reading for you if you are the sign of Aquarius in Western astrology. So I read the loudest collective storyline, so this is not going to resonate with everybody. Whatever resonates, you can keep, and whatever does not, you can leave. Let's begin. The physical work for Aquarius is going to be the first position that I'm going to work on. What is the physical work that Aquarius needs to work on during this time as we connect with Aquarius's higher self and we have moving on from something? We have the goddess of water. So whatever challenges that you're going through right now, whatever problems are all up in your face, the reason why those problems are not leaving, the reason why certain problems are not being resolved is because they're in your face. You seem to be worried about the future, and the problem is just in your face. And the reason why you're not coming up with the resolution is because you're not walking away from the problem. In order for this particular problem to go away, you need to walk away from it and distance yourself from the location of where the confusion is felt. Whether this means taking a short trip to go be by water, a river, a lake, the ocean, putting your feet in the water, laying down on the sand, looking up at the sky, taking a nap outdoors, and simply pretending like the problem does not exist. That is going to bring you a couple little clues on what to do. We gain clarity through spending time out in nature, not by being inside of the house staring at a wall. Let's talk about the inner work. The inner work for Aquarius. I'm going to put these back in because I only want one card and 3 flipped over. Let's do a reshuffle. 1 card for inner work, please. For Aquarius. Connecting to Aquarius collective higher self. Okay, so this one is about being more of an observer. When it comes to your inner work, you have this sense of urgency of wanting change now, wanting things to happen now. But it is not time for that yet. Right now, it is important for you to sit still in nature and observe and observe and observe. It's not really a time to take action just yet. Even though you feel or know that there is something that is urgent in your life, you have to trick it. Trick it. Act like it is not urgent at all. Act like you don't need to do anything for 100 years. And just observe and observe and observe and sit in silence by yourself. How far have you come? How far will you go? What needs to be done? And be calm. Everything is perfect. The only thing that matters is the present moment. The reason why certain things are not coming is because you are tense and you are grasping desperation and you have a sense of urgency that does not need to be there because we are already in perfection in this present moment. So you are pushing the solutions away, you're pushing the resolutions away, you're pushing the hope away, you're pushing the miracles away, you're pushing the blessing away by being in this state of desperation and sense of urgency during a time where it's not necessary for you to feel that way. I hope that makes sense to you. So it does not mean that a change doesn't need to occur. It's just that you need to let go of the tension in order for a solution to come. You are in fight or flight mode, and when you're in fight or flight mode, you get into this panic, frantic frenzy where you just can't do anything. And you're so tense. Like, you don't look like that on the outside. It's on the inside that you're just like panicking and almost expecting the worst. And you're actually manifesting tragedy and catastrophe by expecting the worst and always being in this sense of something has to change right now. And that kind of energy is pushing away everything I mentioned. And if you were to just relax in the Tao of life and say to yourself, everything is perfect as it is, and work on your breathing. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Just calm down. And this is something that is going to be a challenge for you because a lot of you have complex PTSD, and it's very difficult for you to get rid of a certain tension, especially if you have Capricorn placements in your natal chart. You can't relax to the point where it's like a disease, and it's something that was inherited, or a habit or symptom or reaction or response that was inherited by one of your parents. And for spiritual advice, we have all of my relations. So spiritually, you need to stop fighting. Spiritually, you're fighting people, you're fighting strangers, you're fighting your, what's that word? You are ready to, you're prepared for something, and because you're prepared for a negative situation, that negative situation kind of happens because you're prepared for it and you expect it all the time. So there's just something that you need an adjustment. That you need to take a notch of volume, okay? Your desperation is up to max, and we're going to switch it all the way down. Your sense of urgency is up to max, and we're going to switch it all the way down. You can switch it back up later, or you can choose to keep it at mute. Frantic. Go and look at all the knobs and see which ones why are they on max. If anything, you can take all the knobs and put them all on mute. Which ones do you want to have? Which ones do you want to have? Observation. Observation, being observant, can be up to 50. compromising, harmonizing your relationships, your interactions with even your coworkers, figuring out how you can put your knob to a nice, reasonable, compromising 40 or 50. And what I would like for you to do is every day when you wake up, look at your knobs. Sometimes the knobs get put on max without our consent by external influences that need to be adjusted. So you take those knobs every morning. How high is the frantic? How high is the sense of urgency? How high is the desperation? Okay, we're going to make sure that all of those stay to none every morning. There's no reason for them to be up there. There's no reason for them to be up there at such high volumes. We have Angel of Love. This card has come up so many times. It usually means that you are single and you feel like you have so much love to give and you do not understand why you are not in a relationship. My dearest, some of you are in a relationship and you have like emotional issues that you're not really sharing that need to be expressed. But for those of you that are single, the reason why you're single against your will, or so it feels that way, because a lot of times some people are single by choice, right? Some people prefer to be single at certain times in their lives. And some people are single and they don't want to be single. You are single and you don't want to be single. I see that. And the reason for that to feel so prevalent in your life, to be single against your will, is because of those knobs. So whenever you are in a situation or dating, the person that you're dating can energetically feel how high those knobs are. And if they see you as a frantic person or as an urgent person or as a desperate person, it's going to push them away because they're going to want to feel more comfortable, and nobody feels comfortable when someone is playing the radio at the levels that are so high. Then you can't hear clearly, you know? So again, just a reminder, these are just collective readings. I only read the loudest storyline for each collective group. Aquarius, Aquarius. All right, so we have get into the driver's seat of your life. I really, really love this card for you. This is the perfect card for you. This is summing up the energy and what everything comes down to. You are the driver, so get into the driver's seat of your life. What is holding you back? Instead of something being exciting, why does it have to be tragic? Again, you get your tragic knob and you bring it to mute. Why is it even on max? Let's get the knob for excitement. Let's put the excitement up to about 60. Let's be excited about all of the options. Let's put the overwhelmed up to about, you know, a little 9% of being overwhelmed doesn't hurt. So at least you're feeling excited and just a little overwhelmed, but you're not feeling in fear and desperate and in urgency. If you have to feel something intense, let it be being a little overwhelmed, overly excited by all the options that you have available to you. Use your resources. This is a situation where you should be excited, and instead you are in dread. Unnecessarily, you are in dread, and it's because people around you are dreadful. And just because people around you are dreadful does not mean that you should be dreadful too. Let them be dreadful and isolate yourself from the people that are toxic, and compromise with the people that deserve your compromise, because there is a group of people that don't deserve your acknowledgement. Let's get a Wisdom of the Tao card for Aquarius. This one is sticking out. Leap forward and dare to make that change. There will be sacrifices and roadblocks, but you are protected. It is an imminent move. What is stale and depressed will be revitalized with this new energy. Okay. So when there's an energy like this, it doesn't always mean moving physically. This sometimes simply means a state of mind, or a shift in, or a change in perception. When we change our perception, or when we update our state of mind, or when we upgrade ourselves, it completely changes the dynamic of our entire life. So this does not necessarily mean literally a physical imminent move, but also is not limited to being an imminent move within ourselves. What have we not done? Let's do an energy card for you, Aquarius. I really don't see a reason for you to feel down. Misery loves company, and there's just a lot of dreadful and miserable people around you, whether that's where you work or where you live, and that does not make who you are. You know, because I can relate to that aspect of constantly being around toxic people, toxic situations, toxic job, toxic little circumstances here and there. I can relate to that, but just because that toxicity is there doesn't mean it has to represent us. You can still remain the loving, bubbly, compromising person that you are. So when you are in a situation, for those of you that are single and you are with a person of interest, I want you to make sure while you're on a date, for example, just make sure that those knobs are not on max, because like I said, subconsciously when we get angry, for example, or when we get angry, most of the time subconsciously we can just put all these negative knobs up to max on accident. So when you're with your person or person of interest, just make sure that you're as calm as possible. No caffeine for you. I don't think you should have any caffeine. I don't know why. That's what I get, because caffeine is going to agitate you. Even if you like the flavor, you like the feeling of being energized. I'm trying to tell you, try to be calm. Just show your person of interest that you are chill, that you're cruise, that you're calm, and there should be no issues, as well as not letting toxic people lure you into being toxic just like them. We have hostilities. Okay, so you are fed up. You are fed up with a certain situation, which we have mentioned. So for some of you, this, I can't pick it up off the table, is associated with getting a new job for some of you. And the hostilities is coming from you being where you cannot handle, your patience is no more with a certain environment at your workplace or your living place or both. It's so important for you to observe your response mechanism, your reactions. This, being in this position here, is you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to catch a case, you know? You cannot be in a situation where you're constantly feeling like you need to fight and defend yourself. So you understand the knobs, you understand that, but there's also the bigger picture of removing yourself from an atmosphere that is gonna make you get so angry that all your knobs go on max. So it's looking like a lot of you desperately need to make a career change. Let's do 2 more cards for you, Aquarius. So like I said, don't allow other miserable people and other dreadful people to put you in this position when this is truly how your demeanor is naturally. You're just going to have to come up with some kind of strategy. And you're going to have to do it while holding your composure. And I understand the sense of urgency where you feel like it is urgent because you feel like you're going to run someone over sometimes. I get that. But you don't want to fight fire with fire. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I understand. I completely understand. But you cannot fight fire with fire in this one. This is one of those things where, yes, the situation seems urgent, but you can't let your body know that. Don't let your body know how urgent something is. Don't attack your body and come down on your body because something is urgent that you need to replace and find a solution to and walk away from and be around a river, a lake, or ocean to just sit down and observing your own thoughts. Don't bring your person with you. Just by yourself so you can hear yourself think. Do not let your body right now, because of everything it's dealt with for the past, 3-4 years, is in shock. You need supplements to help you with your adrenaline glands. Seraphos supplement things like that, you need to take care of your reactions and your response. The kind of people that you're dealing with are so grimy and so shady that they don't deserve to be the cause of you getting your feathers all ruffled up, because getting your feathers all ruffled up is causing you your health, deteriorating your health. And like I said, you cannot let your body know that you are in a state of urgency. And that's why it's so important for you to check your knobs, okay? It is, but it's the force of opposition. It's the force of opposition that does that. It sees that you're trying to leave to a healthy situation, so it creates all these creative blocks. And if you show a reaction, the opposing force gets off that reaction. Oh yeah, we got her. Look at her face. She's freaking out. She's got all these roadblocks. She feels like everything that she needs to be done is impossible. Yeah, we got her. We got her where we wanted her. But if your body holds a composure of being in peace and serenity and unbothered, the opposing force loses its power, loses its grip, and you can sneak your way out of this maze. But as soon as we get all ruffled up, and as soon as we get angry, as soon as we get all puffed up and frantic, that rises the walls of the maze so that you can't see your way out. And you can cry about it later. Cry about it later. So when you finally find the resolution, when you finally resign, when you finally replace the things you need to replace, when you finally move, and everything is all said and done, then you can have a moment where you cry for 20 hours because you went through hell to get there. But don't allow the opposing force to see you sweat until you do. Where's our book? All right, so let's do 2 more cards for you. This is Aquamarine. This card represents moderation, energy, tolerance, gentleness, compassion, feminine, goddess. Whether you're a male or a female, you can overcome a current conflict by reflecting upon and applying moderation, tolerance, gentleness, and compassion. These qualities are not a weakness, rather they are strengths. What is called for at present is a greater compassion and tolerance coupled with a little patience and gentleness. It is possible to resolve things in an amicable way to create a positive outcome for all concerned. As you look back on this current episode, you will realize a valuable lesson. Compassion and tolerance are signs of maturity and strength of character. They are qualities that infuse all with love and light. Beautiful card. That is everything that we have discussed summed up. That's why I love using crystal cards, because they just put everything into a beautiful little paragraph for you. Colors that Aquarius needs to work on during this time, last but not least. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Accessing innovative thinking. Accessing innovative thinking. Surround yourself with the color lemon, whether it's energetically. I just got myself a lemon curtain, and it's just a lemon colored curtain that is just beautiful. I'm going to show you just so you can see. You see that beautiful lemon curtain to just lighten up the dread that is not coming from you. It's coming from people that are intimidated by you because you make everything seem so easy and it bothers them. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.